Boston Trucker here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it.
Boston Trucker with you. Why am I telling you that in the middle of a video? You already started this video. You know who I am. And this might be a video on its own later. I'm not sure yet. This is a promotion or an ad. Now, don't turn off right away. If you're a follower of mine, you might find this interesting. So, over the years since I've been on social media, I do get a lot of ads. Companies want me to promote their products, want me to share a link. I can cash out on ads. I mean, I get a lot of offers, but you gotta have integrity. That's why I only have 2 sponsors. Well, I got reached out the other day, a company reached out to me, talking to me about trucker obesity and health and all that healthy, boring stuff. Who wants to talk about fitness and eating healthy, watching your weight and losing weight? Well, somebody needs to talk about it because it's an epidemic. And I started thinking about trucker obesity and how it's affected my family in a big way, starting with my dad. You know, my dad in the 60s and 70s when he started trucking, he was built like a brick shithouse. Muscles upon muscles. He had the nickname Strong Like Bull. But then in 1980 he started driving over the road. Sedimentary lifestyle, sitting on his butt all day, eating because he's bored, eating, you know, whatever he wants at night, a big steak, just smothered in, you know, mushrooms and onions and a baked potato and gravy and, you know, apple pie a la mode for dessert. It takes a toll on your body without exercising too on top of it. And when I used to go over the road with him when I was a teenager, we'd stop at like the Big Texan in Texas. You know, if you eat the 72-ounce steak and the giant baked potato and the giant salad, you get it for free. And they put your picture on the wall. My dad liked nothing more than eating that steak and getting his picture put on the wall. But it took its toll on his body over the years in a big way. You know, my dad went from being built to being morbidly obese. You know, and it almost took him out of trucking when he retired, but he's now at the point he's 80 years old and he can't walk. The weight took its toll on his knees and on his body, and now he lives in a rehab facility. And it's sad to say, and it's all because of weight. It's all because of not taking responsibility of what he was doing to himself. And unfortunately in trucking, it's a big problem. You see these videos of these obese truckers struggling and trying to climb in their trucks, and the comments. And I'm not an emotional person, but I feel sad when I see these videos, and I feel horrified at the comments by a lot of people. You know, a lot of people stick their noses up in the air. You know, and these drivers are just struggling. The men, the women, just struggling to get in that truck. It's probably the only thing they can do to make a living. They're supporting their family or themselves, and that's all they know. And why do they keep driving when they're obviously in distress? It's the only way they can make money. You know, and people spend so much money on these driving schools, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 a year. And what happens if you lose your CDL because of your obesity? You know, is it worth it? Well, I struggle with my weight too. You know, when I get off the road about 15 years ago, now I'm 5'5", so I'm really tall. But I was 250 pounds. It took me about a year. I lost 40 pounds on my own. It was tough. but I get out of the truck. I wasn't eating out of the cooler all day long. I was eating a little more normal, like a person who's home every day. And I had the ability to get outside and walk once in a while. And over a year, I lost 40 pounds. I got down to 210. And then the next year, I got a local LTL, less than truckload job. And I was handling freight. And I had a 9 a.m. start, so I was going to the gym every morning. And I dropped another 40 pounds, another 30 pounds. I was down to 178. I was like an Adonis. You should have seen me. And then I got back into dump trucking, sitting on my butt all day, eating out of my lunch bag, not handling freight, not going to the gym because I got an early start. The weight started getting up and up and up. Till about a year and a half ago, my doctor said, "Hey, you're pre-diabetic. You better get on the ball. You better start losing some weight." And I was like, "Oh my God, pre-diabetic. I mean, diabetes runs in my family, my whole family. Obesity runs in my family. Heart disease runs in my family." So what did I do? I ignored him. I was like, I'll be fine. I'll just cut back a little bit. I went from 200 to 210 pounds. Went and got my physical. Went and got another physical. He says, "You're diabetic now, genius." I didn't say genius, but it's feeling like a genius. He says, "You're just over the line. Just over the line. I'm going to put you on metformin, which is a medication for diabetes. That'll help cut back your sugar. If you can lose 20 pounds over the next 3 months, you might be back to pre-diabetic." Like, all right, cool. So I started taking it seriously. I struggled for about 4 or 5 months. I lost about 16 to 17 pounds. Went back in, got my blood work. I beat diabetes. Now I'm pre-diabetic. And I was back down to like 192. I was like, yeah, awesome. Then I go get my DOT physical. And list any medications. Well, I listed metformin. I got flagged. I get flagged. If you're on metformin, you get a 1-year DOT card. So that's one notch for me screwing up my CDL right there. So now, as long as I'm on metformin, I only get a 1-year card. And that hurts. That hurts me a lot. My pride, my mind. Every year I gotta remember, I gotta go back and get that card. And I was at 210. It sucked. For me, that's heavy. That's feeling like shit. Just sluggish all the time. And then Beine Fitness reached out to me. Hey, we got a program just for truckers. Not for truckers in driving school, not for retired truckers, for truckers. Specializing in over-the-road truckers. I'm like, okay, well, I'm interested in that. Here's a link, watch these videos. I was not watching the videos. I'm looking at the page. I'm impressed. It takes a lot to impress me. I'm like impressed talking to the owner of the company, Brandon, and he's like, look, we're looking for some influencers who can talk to drivers about obesity, which is a serious problem in the trucking industry, especially with the lack of food choices, a lack of healthy food choices, a lack of restaurants being open since COVID. It's tougher than ever for you guys out there. It was tough eating healthy when I was over the road. It's 100% tougher now. I can't even imagine. I used to keep my cooler full of, pizzas and meatball subs just in case I was hungry at a customer or I had to spend the night. But just in case it didn't happen because I was eating it all day and then restocking it every day because I was bored. I was a bored eater. I'm still a bored eater. So Brandon told me about this program they have called Road Warrior Wellness Program. 16-week program. Once a week for the first month, you'll meet with a counselor. Well, where are you going to meet with a counselor? You're on the road, on your phone, Zoom call. It's a free app. Meet with a counselor once a week. That counselor will get to know you. My counselor is Devin, the nicest, coolest guy you'll ever meet. Not judging me. And he checks in with me all week. He kind of put me on a program, told me what I need to eat. Now he says, you don't have to exercise. So I like the sound of that because I don't like exercising. You don't have to exercise. It'll go faster. The weight loss will come quicker. But if you can't exercise, he told me what I need to do, what I need to drink. And it's been working for me. I've been on this program for a month. I'm down almost 5 pounds without exercising. I'm not proud of it. I plan on exercising, I just haven't done it. But I'm down almost 5 pounds. If you're losing 1 pound to 2 pounds a week, you're kicking ass. That's a normal weight loss when you're losing weight. Now, for the first month, I'll meet with you for once a week on the phone, and it gives you some accountability. I'm on their app, the Beine fitness app, and I'm punching in what I'm eating every day. I weigh myself every morning, and my counselor can see that. And when we meet once a week, we talk about it. We talk about my struggle, gives me some pointers, any tips. He's sending me messages during the week reminding me to do certain things. And then after a month, the next 12 weeks, they meet with you twice a week. 16 weeks. Now, I'm going to leave a link in this video down below in the comment section. It'll take you to their app. I'm not telling you to sign up. I don't care if you sign up. I want you to look at it. There are some great videos down at the bottom of the link of some testimonies with a lot of people being interviewed by my counselor, Devin. And you'll see what an awesome guy he is. And you'll see actual people, actual customers. And you tell me what you think. There's a link there. If you want to sign up, you sign up. I'm going to tell you, it's a premium service. But think about how much you spent on your CDL and how premium that was. It's not that much money. It's a lot cheaper than your CDL school. But there is it's a premium. But, some of us can't afford not to pay for a service. I've tried a lot of things. I've tried, all kinds of different groups. This is the first one where I'm at home, I get on my phone, I have an appointment with my counselor. It's a half an hour appointment, bing, bang, boom. We talk, he gives me some things to do. He's checking in with me all week, seeing how I'm doing. Hey, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. It's working for me. So I got about another 12 weeks to go. I'm happy so far, I like what I see. You check it out too if you're struggling with your weight. It won't hurt to check you out. Take you a couple minutes. There's a link there. You get $100 off if you click on my link on the 16-week program, which is fantastic. So, yeah, I guess this is an ad or a promotion. But, listen, you got to have integrity. You can't take every ad and every promotion unless you believe in it. I'm a believer. You check it out, you let me know. All right? Go. Boston Trucker. Getting lean and mean. Getting ready for bathing suit season. And no, I'm not going to pull out a slice of pizza now. But I should add, you can eat whatever you want on this diet. But within reason. So, if you don't like salads, you don't have to eat salads. If you like pizza, you can still eat pizza. I'm still eating pizza. But I'm not eating 6 slices, I'm eating 3. Drinking a lot of water. A lot of water. Got my water right here. I'm drinking about 64 ounces of water a day. It's working for me. It's keeping me full. I don't love water, but I'm drinking it. You can add some flavoring to it. You can do whatever you want. And that's it. But you got to stay healthy. You got to protect that CDL. You got to protect the people you love at home. You got to do it for your health. You want to live longer. That's it. Otherwise, you end up, who knows? You end up like my dad, not to walk anymore because of obesity. And stop making fun of people in those videos. It's really cruel. And it hurts a lot of people. It hurts me personally when I read the comments. And sometimes it's people I know that are saying it. And it doesn't make you look good. You know, a lot of people struggle. A lot of people have a lot of struggles. Not just obesity. So be kind out there, right? It'll come around to you, trust me. Just be kind, be good, be nice. Peace and grease.